What's up, y'all? Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy, underscore Billy the Boy. Follow me on Instagram. Like the video, drop a comment, subscribe, share the content that I'm sharing with y'all. Topic of the video today is stop being a doormat. This is for the men in particular that I'm making this video because I just notice a lot of dudes they come off as too friendly and they end up being doormats. They end up being looked at as doormats. So what a doormat is, for some of y'all don't know, is it's that little piece of square rug that you just wipe your feet off right before you go in somebody's house, right before you go into work type shit. You know what I mean? Man, you need to stop being that. You need to stop being that piece that people just wipe their foot off on you and walk all over you and tell you what to do, whoop-de-whoop. You know what I'm saying? I was the doormat. Yes, I've been a doormat. I've been a doormat before. I remember the shit was terrible. Trife. I would never want to do this shit again. I would never want to be a doormat again in my life. There is no positives, no upside to being a doormat. People walk all over you. They think they could talk to you any type of way, and I'm here to tell you, you get tired of it, and it just builds up to a point where it makes you spaz on somebody, or it makes you do something to somebody, tell somebody. It just makes you trip. So you need to not be a doormat. Okay? Now here are some signs that you are a doormat, right? Now, if you're a doormat, people usually be telling you what to do. Like, you might be at work and somebody will tell you to do something that's not even a part of your job, right? Like, I've been at work and then I got somebody, hey, oh, could you open this door? Could you do this? Could you do that? That's not in my job description. It's to hold your door open and bring you coffee or water or something. You know, not, they weren't making me bring them coffee or water, but I'm just saying, if that's not in your job description, that's not in your job description. You know, so that's off rip. You need to understand that right there. Like, that's one way right there. Another form, disrespect. People just be talking to you any type of way. That means they don't respect you. They treat you like a doormat. They just walk all over you and do whatever, say whatever. That, they look at you like a doormat. If people don't respect you, that's another way. You might have disrespect in a relationship, right? Where your woman might not respect you. She might call you out your name. This is when she starts to act any type of way with you and gets out of pocket, gets out of character, right? And this is where, if you, I'm gonna say this too. If you one of them dudes that ends up arguing with your girl and you're the one screaming, you sound like the female, you're most likely a doormat. Because you're getting yelled at and screamed to the point that you're coming out of character as well and screaming. That's female nature, to be screaming and doing all that. Men don't do all that. We don't argue about shit. You understand that? Like, a real man isn't going to sit here and argue with your ass. We're not playing games like that. We say what we say and you're going to respect it. Straight like that. I've talked to many dudes. I talked to street dudes. I talked to what's it called? You know, like in a tux dudes. I don't even know the name. Like, I talked to well off men. You know what I mean? Like, I've talked to people of all forms before, and it's the same thing. Just come with respect and I'll respect you. Same way. But if they're not respecting you, you're looked at as the doormat. Okay? Now I wanted to say this. When I started really trying to get women, I did a lot of friend zoney type of shit. Like, I just being extra nice, holding it, like chivalry was there. You know, I'm not saying that chivalry's dead. You could be a man and still have chivalry. You know, how opening doors. Chivalry's like open doors for, you know, it's like traditional manly behavior. Opening doors for women, opening their car door. Yes, ma'am, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Chivalry ain't dead. I'm still one of those type of people. I say yes, sir, yes, ma'am. I hold the door open for my girl when we out. Or for, you know, for women, if I see them coming, I open the door for them. That shit. Sometimes they don't even say thank you. I still do it. Chivalry ain't dead. That's, to me, that ain't even chivalry. Honestly, to me, that's just being a respectable human being. To me. But because I'm a man, it's considered chivalry or whatever. So, but basically I'm trying to say I did a lot of friends only type stuff, being too nice, complimenting women too much, giving them too much validation, stuff like that. Now, it ain't really an issue if you got a girlfriend right now. It ain't an issue from time to time to feed them scraps, what's called, like, from AMS. Like, AMS will say feed your girl scraps. That's if you got a girl, though. That's if you got a girl. That ain't a girl that you dating. A girl that you dating, you shouldn't be validating. You shouldn't really be complimenting too much, because it's validation enough that you're already dating them. You don't need to tell them, oh, you look beautiful, all this. You don't need to say all that. They already know that. And it's also, it don't do nothing good for you when you it actually does the opposite. You know, when you be complimenting and validating a woman that you want to date with. But now, if you got a girlfriend, yes, from time to time, like maybe once a month, you got to say something good about it, like, damn, you look good today, or damn, you look sexy. Something like that, you know what I mean? Something light, like, damn, you really look good today, man. You know, and you can do that like once every 3 weeks type deal. You know what I'm saying? Just so they know it's there. You know what I mean? Send them a text, write them a letter, some shit like that. I don't know. But dude, you could do that. I mean, you could do that like every couple weeks. Not to be doing that every day, every week. No. I'm telling you, they lose interest if you do stuff like that. So I realized I could talk to those girls. Okay, so when I was being too friendly and shit like that, when I was the doormat and letting people walk on all over me, say whatever to me and all this type of stuff, I would notice that since I was so nice, I would be able to talk to women. I'd be able to get their number. I'd be able to be talking to them all day on the phone, losing their interest because I'm talking to them all day. But I would never be able to go on a date, and I'm wondering, why won't they go on a date with me? Why do they keep friends on me? What's going on? You know, so I had to do my research. I had to look that right then and there. I started first learning about female nature, right? Then I started learning about human nature, man and woman, and why they do what they do, right? Then I started learning about communication, the communication of men and women, and like why they do what they do. So I've learned about human nature and communication. Those are the two things that you need to understand before you get into, honestly, even if you just are dating women, you should know this. You got to know these things. Like I said, once I realized that and did my own research and realized what I needed to do as a man to attract more women and get more women on my team, then I started looking into bettering my own life, bettering like not even on women, on relationship tip. I started focusing on trying to better my own life. And I'm not saying I'm where I want to be in life right now, because I still got a long ways to go, a lot of things off my list to do. But I'm on a better track than I once was, and that's thanks to people on YouTube, to be honest. Keep it 100. Thanks to people on YouTube that I've shouted out before in videos and shit like that. Because I've learned the most off of here. And now that I've learned what I've learned, I'm sharing it with other people in my age group, similar people that can understand my lingo, understand what I'm saying. You know what I mean? So that's basically what I'm sharing with y'all. And now that I learned what I learned, I understand that all that complimenting, all that validation stuff with women, it's really dead, you know, and like you can't be doing that when you're dating, because that's going to throw off interest. And they're going to choose somebody else, bro. They're going to choose somebody else that's more interesting. They're going to choose somebody else that isn't telling them their life story off rip. They're going to choose somebody that they have to kind of, like a challenge almost. You know what I'm saying? Type of deal. Somebody that ain't looking for a relationship right now. Even if you are, you still say, I ain't really looking for one right now. That way that puts them in a like anxiety, in a competitive anxiety mode, to where they're like, oh, like let me get on his team and let me try to win him. You know what I'm saying? Type of deal. But they ain't gonna win you. So that's how you gotta do that. After I learned what I was doing wrong and I changed and took action, key word, took action. You can't just understand, oh, this is how it works. You have to take action, because you're going to fail. You're going to fail sometime. It was some women that I had to let. It was some women that I I had the chance to get them, and I didn't know what I was doing still, because I thought that I knew, but I wasn't taking action to really learn. I'm one of those type of learners. I'm more of a hands-on learner. I gotta fail a couple times, and then I'm like, okay, so this is what I do. This is what I gotta do. I'm one of those type of learners. So I failed. I failed a couple times with a couple women, and they got away. They got away. Some bad women too, man. Like some good looking ones, and I didn't know what I was doing. They got away. But I finally got one later on that I wanted, and that worked out. That worked out because I knew what I was doing at that point. And I still messed up. I still made mistakes in that relationship and all type of little things, but I'm in a place where I understand those mistakes. I understand where I messed up, so I understand how to move, and that's how y'all got to understand how to move. Especially as a man, you have to understand your worth. You have to understand your value, what you bring to the table. Like, you have to understand those things, and you have to be, the main thing is you really have to be on your purpose and what you want to do in life. Then start thinking about women in relationships. I was talking to somebody the other day, and I was just telling them, like, I was watching a Fresh and Fish like a part of a video. I didn't finish it. I never be finishing in it, but shout out to them though. But I was watching a video, and Myron was saying something like, "Oh, a dude, if you're 26 years old, you shouldn't even be worried about dating." And I feel the same way. You really shouldn't be dating. I mean, like, you shouldn't have a girlfriend if you under 30 years old. To keep it real, if you under 30 years old and you have a girlfriend right now, and you got a kid right now, that's, man, you lacking, because really those are setbacks, to be honest. In a lot of ways, those are setbacks. Unless y'all are like a power couple and y'all are really winning, which is a slight few out of the majority, then shout out to y'all, but that's not really most people though. And that's the thing over here, and in most of these chats, in the real life chats, we go off of the majority. We don't go off of a couple peppered here and a couple peppered here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we go off of real people, real stats. So it ain't working for most people at the end of the day like that. If you're a man under 30, you really should be focused on you and be building a grind and networking with people and trying to get to a city, things like that. Like, in the city, networking with people, building your foundation right now is basically what you should be doing. And shout out once again to F&F, because that's real game. That's real game. I'm under 30. It's about to be my birthday in a week. In 1 week, it'll be my birthday, and I'll be 27 years old. I'm under 30. And that's what I'm trying to do right now. I'm trying to focus on my foundation. So that's what I encourage everybody under 30 to do. And if you're over 30, that don't mean that you can't do this. You could still do this. And I'm not saying that you can't have a girlfriend, but if you're gonna have a girlfriend, you have to be very focused on what you're doing in life, and she has to be supportive. It can't be one of them type of people that is just giving you more problems than helping you. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just holding you back and distracting you. Keep it 100 with you. And also, this ain't just with women. Like, the doormat thing is like, it's with, I've been considered a doormat at work, which feels terrible, because people think they could treat you however, think they could talk to you in any type of way. And that's out. I'm gonna keep it real. I every time that type of shit happens, I straight up tell them, like, sometimes I'll let it go for too long, and that'll be the worst. I'm not gonna lie. I'm human, but 9 times out of 10, I call it out when it happens. You know what I mean? You call it out, or you make that person know, like, hey, don't play with me. You know what I mean? Because it's just like, when you're the nice guy, everybody thinks they could play with you, bro. And it's problems. It's problems. You don't want to get ran over at work. I got an uncle. Shout out to my uncle Marcelo. I haven't talked to my uncle Marcelo in years, right? But shout out to him though, because he taught me this. You know how people say, oh, I remember somebody telling me something and it stuck with me forever? This is one of those things. I never had this happen in my life, right? This is why I'm smiling like that. I never had this happen in my life. My Uncle Marcelo told me something that will stick with me for the rest of my life. He told me, Dontre, when you look at people, look at them directly in their eyes. And I can't remember if I asked him ever why. I don't ever know why, but you know what? I understand why. When you look at people directly in their eyes, it is a form of demanding respect. It is a form of demanding respect. You look at them in their eyes and it's a way of showing, hey, I'm not afraid of you. You don't scare me. I see you and I'm talking to you as a man, and you're going to respect me as a man. No matter what you think about me, how you feel about me, when you see when our eyes lock, you know that you're going to respect me as a man. And I'll tell you what, every time I've talked to people and I didn't look them in their eye, I've noticed that they get kind of snarky with me, or they'll make a comment I don't like or say some sly shit. And I notice when I look at them in their eye the next time, they tighten up and they know, oh, okay, like, yeah, this dude, it's not that they get scared of me, but they respect it. You know what I'm saying? They respect it. And they 9 times out of 10, they won't try you again. But if they do, because I've had this happen too, they'll try you again after that. And then you say something. You say something like, hey, I caught that. Don't play with me, bro. And they'll know, like, okay, like, yeah, this guy, like, he's serious. He don't want to be messed with. So that's something that it'll forever stay with me, no matter what. In relationships, same thing. You demand respect. If I go on a date with the woman and she just on her phone and it's like I feel like I'm there by myself and I feel disrespected because she's not talking to me, she just keep doing this on her phone, I'll tell her, hey, put that phone down because we're on a date. Put that phone down, and I'll look at her in her eyes and demand respect. Hey, put that phone down. You don't see me on a date? Because I could leave right now if you don't want to respect me. And they'll put the phone down and respect and talk and whatever. But if I'm serious, I will leave. I will leave this bitch. So yes, if don't do that. If I was to go on a date with somebody, that's what I would do. I'm not dating right now, but if I was, that's what I would do. No bullshit, because you deserve respect and you deserve to be treated such. That'd be disrespectful if you go on a date with a girl and she's trying to talk to you and get to know you, and you're over here on the phone texting people, but she's trying to talk to you. That would be disrespectful. She deserves your attention and respect. That's why she's on the date, right? You deserve that same attention and respect. No different. And the thing is this. You don't do it by being mean. You can be nice. You can ask, hey, could you put the phone down? Because we're on a date right now and it's kind of, it's kind of disrespectful because we're on a date. I'm trying to get to know you. I like you, and you don't got to be disrespectful, and that's just an example. But you could be at work or somebody be telling you something you don't like and be like, hey, could you cool on me? Like, could you cool off on talking to me like that? Because you kind of coming off sideways to me and I'm not really respecting that. Like that's kind of disrespectful to me. Like, I'm not coming at you sideways, but just watch how you talk to me. Like, that's not being mean. that is demanding respect, and that is called being a man. That is what a man does. And if you're a woman, that's called standing up for yourself. That's called being a woman. No, I'm just playing. No, but that's called standing. But that's standing up for yourself. You know what I'm saying? You gotta stand up for yourself. You can't just be a doormat. You don't want to just get walked on, because I'm telling you, once people do that shit once, they'll do it twice, 3 times, then next thing you know, they doing it, walking over you every day, and then you coming home telling your wife or girl or your man or whatever you got, your kids, you telling them, man, I hate this person at work. Oh, whoopty whoop, you be complaining. So trust me, I've been there. I already said, look into people's eyes. That's a big one. Be yourself and make sure that you're heard. That's kind of like when you look into people in their eyes and making sure that they hear you. Make sure that you're heard, and make sure that you are you. Don't go and try to act like some tough person from another state, out of town, that you're not. Be you. Be you. I've never had to go and try to act like somebody else. I don't act like I'm from Chicago. I don't act like I'm from New York. I'm not out here. I'm not a jit from Miami. You know, I'm the same person. I'm the same person from Cali. You know, from LA. That's what I claim. Or Vegas. That's what I'm. Either or. You know, I don't change for nobody, bro. Like, I'm not. I ain't one of these people. I don't say phone them. Like, that ain't me, bro. And that's just how I'm rocking. That's me. Like, this is me. That's how I am. I don't gotta do all that shit. I don't gotta do that stuff to be claimed, or y'all don't validate me. I don't get validation from y'all. I have validation, bro. I've done stuff to validate myself. You know, I don't need no validation from nobody. Especially not no random ass person that I don't know from a can of paint. You feel me? So, but at the end of the day, like some internet ass people, like, come on now, you know. But at the end of the day, demand respect. Be you. Don't get doormatted. Don't let people walk on you. You know, and be you. Don't have a problem being yourself, and be happy and be cool. But at the same time, sometimes you gotta demand respect. Sometimes you gotta be serious. That's the truth. And I don't want you to get walked on. Shout out to y'all, man. Like this video. Comment how you feel. Comment what's real. Share it. Follow my IG _Billy the Boy. You can hit me on my email. It's artsofdating@gmail.com. ARTSOFDATING@gmail.com. You can hit me up on there. I do free, usually free relationship questions on here. I'll just answer them for free if they're reoccurring, but usually I'll just email you right back on your specific question. If it's just like something simple, something like, if you want to do a paid one-on-one session with me, I do $100 FaceTime 30-minute sessions. You have to send me a no more than 3 paragraph on what you have going on in your specific situation, and I'll get to that. Other than that, y'all stay up. Y'all have a good one. Y'all be safe out there. I appreciate anybody coming to this page and supporting my content. Once again, thank you.